Hello, it's Trekkie of Trekker Tech, and as you can see behind me, I have a flamethrower. Let's get down to some demonstrations. Let me make sure to set that color. I was just setting up those targets over there. So this update adds flamethrowers. In fact, it adds flammability. In fact, if I recall correctly, they were actually teased a while back through these candles. So I could take this scented candle and just put it on its side. Yeah. And we have fire. Not a very big fire, but yeah. And also chance, as you heard earlier. But yeah, let's not worry about that. We got flamethrowers. I'm just going to build a really simple and quick and dirty example of this. Essentially, I can aim around and the front connection, it's rather limited, as you can see. Let me turn on cinematic camera just for a little bit of smoothing. But this top one, it's set up to go in any direction. In fact, I've noticed something kind of interesting, that if you don't mind having the block technically extend out quite a bit, like it's pretty exposed in this position, but I can aim basically in a 180-degree arc. So yeah. It's burning, got some fires doing fire things, it's slowly running out of fuel, and it's causing a huge collapse. Flamethrowers, they do fire damage. It's a type of damage over time, and the formula for it is essentially, if you go into the V menu, there is a fires menu, which you saw me pull up just a moment earlier, and this basically tells you how dangerous the fire is, but a quick overview of it is basically every one of these blocks has a flammability and fire resistance rating. So wood is 80% flammable, and that's how much fuel gets added back into the fire when it's destroyed. And its fire resistance is 10, which is essentially like the armor penetration modifier for fire. The way to set up this flamethrower is actually rather inefficient. As you see, I got a compressor on each tank. Only set your flamethrowers up like this if you expect it to be shot at directly. And I did do a bit of a test. Maybe they fixed this. It might be fixed in the version that you get, because this is still the alpha test. So if I just... Yeah, it's weird. So what if I did this while it's firing? Nope, it doesn't do anything. So if you destroy a fuel tank, I think it adds its fuel to it. For some reason there's a visual bug with fires right now, which is a little disappointing because I gotta record all this. I'm like strapped for time and everything. But yeah, essentially the amount of fuel in there affects how much fuel is added to the fire, and then it burns. However, there's kind of an interesting quirk with fires, and I'll get into that in a moment. Let me just point this out though. This is not an efficient way to set up the thing. So it's 1920 flamer fuel output. However, if you were to instead set it up like this, in one long line, like you can get away with just a single compressor, and it's a lot smaller. So I have a target that's under the water here. Let's just shoot at it. You gonna shoot at it? Okay, I've been shooting at this for a bit longer than I've shown you. It's not catching fire. So for that, you need oxidizer. So let's add an oxidizer tank. Wait a second. Oh no. It's no longer has any fuel. That's because tanks can't connect through each other. They have to be the same tanks. So yeah, oxidizer basically allows it to catch fire underwater. And I noticed a weird quirk with it, which kind of is funny. So I've added oxidizer. There is 240 oxidizer per second for the 1920 fuel per second. As you can see, it's on fire underwater. However, this fire, it's already out of oxidizer, basically. So it's just going to suddenly disappear. So essentially, fire just will delete itself if it's out of oxidizer, if it's underwater. I also did a little bit of testing. Yes, things in space can catch fire, and maybe I'll show you a clip of that. yeah, they can catch fire. It's done. There's like one last thing that I want to showcase, which is what happens if I max out the amount of catalyst it has. I'm actually just going to give it like half of it because I just can't be bothered to move this or like move these aside. So it should have 30 flame intensity. Now if I were to fire this at this target for a few seconds, look at how much faster that's burning. Like for comparison, that is so much faster. And it's even going to do a bit of like full damage to the metal blocks because, well, actually not right now because its intensity died way down, but it would have done full damage to those blocks if it hit them directly. So that's flamethrowers. Flamethrowers aren't the only things that can light things ablaze. Advanced cannons are 100% capable of setting things ablaze as well. We have incendiary in advanced cannons now, so you can just select it down from this menu, as well as things like the possibility for incendiary torpedoes or regular missiles if that's what you prefer. If I just go into the E menu, cram cannons have incendiary pellets now. Laser systems now actually will light things on fire when they destroy blocks, but the superheating modulator actually does more damage with it. Particle cannon doesn't have incendiary. Oh, and I have forgotten that these things actually do fire damage. So just to demonstrate, yeah, now we got a bit of a fire. Not much of a fire, but it did cause damage. Look at that. So yeah, that about covers everything we need to know about flamethrowers. So now it's time to do some proper testing. Wait a second, what is that? Excuse me? Oh no! We're getting shot up! Wait, no, stop! That's too much! Not the time! Not the time! Not the time! That was a test platform, what are you doing? Oh, look at this mess. Oh no. Look at this mess. Look at it this. Yeah, you back away. You back into the depths. Enter the Mantis submarine, named after the mantis shrimp and its boiling punches. It boils its targets with 2 large incendiary torpedoes, medium incendiary missiles, 18 of them, an explosive shotgun with incendiary secondary effects, and its main armament is twin flamethrowers. Additionally, it features distraction sticks on the bottom and has a flame paint job on the nose. The periscope actually extends to stay above the water without exposing the rest of the craft too much. It can stealth up to some enemies this way. It is primarily steam-powered, using separate steam engines for main drive and secondary drives for steering. It uses fins to rapidly change depth, and maintains it using a ballast system. This is important because the flamethrowers actually can't fly while submerged. I forgot to mention that part. It sits at a cost of 260,000 materials. Alright, I think that was about enough for now. Let's just move on to the practical testing. First enemy is going to be the Kraken. Already got a volley of missiles going off. It's firing its countermeasures right now. Several are getting through though, and they've started a bunch of small fires across the craft. Oh, but its main torpedo system is going after, but it misses because of the countermeasures. Meanwhile, our torpedoes are landing and causing underwater fires. Oh, that's quite an angle. Oh, that's so cool. It's now trying to gain distance. Apparently it's figured out that it's close. It actually stopped. Oh, never mind. I thought it stopped the whole volley. Oh, it did! Oh, that's funny. Okay, Mantis is surfacing now. Oh, it's close enough to use its flamethrowers. And it's causing massive fires. Oh, look at this devastation. Oh, it was not going to last very long under the concentrated fire of those twin flamethrowers. So yeah. This time we're against pulverizers. Okay, we're getting close. I think the shotgun's firing. Yes, it is. Has some torpedoes on its way to target. And it looks like we disabled one already. However, there's one right up against us. Proper ramming technique. But it's already destroyed. The nose is doing its job at deflecting. Oh my gosh. There are no rams. Oh dear. Can't even hit, but like it loses melee right away. And then it backs off. And it's faster. Because of course it's faster. And once it hit it, obviously. And then it has to diverge. Is it about to get hit with the main weapons? Oh my gosh. I don't think it quite reaches that far under the water. Geez, it made it look easy. I mean, to be fair, these are medium difficulty enemies, and this thing is definitely at least considered a hard. Now we're fighting the javelin. And, of course, we gotta lob our projectiles at it too. However, it seems pretty unaware of our existence right now. So that's kind of interesting. It has poor detection systems or something, but I won't complain. Shotgun's already going up, doing increased things, and now it's suddenly firing. Okay, but it has detected it. It's doing damage. But I don't think it's enough. And keep up just fine. Gonna launch some missiles. Looks like one of them was damaged. Oh, never mind. It was just slug fire. Wonder if they're going to do anything. Looks like they're missing. Oh, that was a very close one. Yeah, I don't think the javelin's going to last very long after this. It just shot itself! What the heck? Oh, that's funny. Now it's launching missiles like crazy, but it seems like it's been defeated. Oh, but it's not going to go down without doing at least some damage, and oh my gosh. That was huge. That was really bad. I could put it into flee mode. I wanted to save this one for the last, because it's one of the most volatile battles, and it's also just really fun. Like, I have no clue how this will go, and it'll demonstrate some behaviors I programmed into the Mantis that I was hoping to see in the last fight, but it seems like it got behind and just kept at 6 the whole time, so it never got a chance to fire. we're going up against the crossbones. And I just think this is cool. I'm going to watch the missiles go in. Oh, they gotta get through a wall of flak. Oh, it stopped a bunch of it, but lots of its guns are on fire. Look at that. This one has proper detection systems, so it is capable of doing everything it needs to like, deter it, essentially. Not to mention that it's actually doing a decent job stopping the fires from getting to it. But most of these shells are like flying off. We're getting in very close. Crossbones is not very fast. I'll rehab the shotgun firing for a bit. Hopefully it doesn't completely destroy in one volley. I have no clue how this is going to turn out. I don't know if this is going to be a fast battle or a very protracted one. Okay, getting some fire off. Good. Those guns, they're on fire, very thoroughly on fire now. Crams fired. Okay, the Mantis has a bit of a secondary mode where if it's up against a craft that fires cram at it specifically, it will actually dive and then go and circle at a distance of 1,000 meters for a while before it re-engages. That way it can kind of reset the momentum a bit and prevent itself from like taking another big cram shot. Thankfully the big chunk of armor in the nose took that hit. Meanwhile, it looks like the Crossbones has its propulsion crippled by that last attack, although it seems like its guns are relatively intact. Unfortunate for the Mantis. Although it seems like a lot of its point defense is just not online at the moment. Perfect. Oh, it's lost all of that propulsion. It's now using only the wheels. Oh, it looks like it destroyed the periscope without me catching it. Oops. Appears the Mantis is closing in yet again. It's been doing quite a bit of extra damage while it bides its time, waiting for the right moment to strike, and the moment to strike is now. doing tons of damage. This is the second time. It's going back underwater now because it has been shot at again with ground. But it seems like it's taken out the crossbones this time. That's a lot of damage. I'm not sure it's going to recover. Oh. Here's a crossbones might have dealt a very huge blow though. Oh dear. Oh no. Wow, it just destroyed all of that. Seems like most of the missiles are intact though. But its anti-air is back online. It's still alive after all that? This thing looked like it was actually despawning, but appears not. Oh my gosh, look at that. You wonder what the internal structure of the crossbone is? That is what it looks like. Those main guns are just totally unaffected. Oh my gosh. Look at it. It's just barely scraping by with just a single paddle wheel for its sole propulsion. How is it even maintaining heading? Is it just lucky? How is it actually how? I don't understand. How is it maintaining heading? It doesn't have like rudders in the front, does it? I'm actually going to have to investigate this after this recording. I don't know how the crossbones maintains its heading. I'm like surprised by this because this should cause it to always be turning, but it's going this straight line. Oh my gosh. Come on, this thing has to be close again. Oh, there it is. I was about to say. Well, I already have said multiple times that it's like there was no way that thing was still alive. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was actually pretty fun to try make a new one. It's been a very long time. Had lots of things that I just kind of had to figure out before I could really feel comfortable posting again. And, well, the devs asked me to actually work on a new one. Unfortunate that this came out late, though. I wasn't really expecting this to take so long for me, but at the same time I have, like, work and stuff, so I can't just make these all the time. But either way, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I guess leave a comment if you have any ideas for, like, any wacky craft designs. I have a couple that I've been thinking of lately. I'm not sure if I'll get that out there or not. Not sure. But yeah, I'll see you next time, I guess.